we've received some exciting news recently, and I have to admit, it got me really pumped. Over the past few weeks, we've seen some unexpected changes from our front office, but this latest one could be crucial, especially if you're paying attention to our kicking game. Let's dive in. About 2 weeks ago, GM Brad Holmes hinted that the Lions were looking to strengthen the kicking room. His exact words were, "We're still considering adding another kicker, someone with more experience." Well, guess what? It looks like the Lions found their man. According to reports, veteran kicker Greg Joseph is signing with the practice squad. Joseph has had quite a journey. After going undrafted in 2018, he made a name for himself with the Cleveland Browns, where he hit 17 of 20 field goals. He showed consistency within 40 yards, going 11 for 11. Later, he found stability with the Vikings, making 83 of 101 field goals over 3 seasons. And who can forget his career-long 61-yard field goal? The guy's got a leg. So what does this mean for the Lions' current kicker, Jake Bates? Honestly, I don't think he's in danger just yet. Bates might have had some shaky moments, but when it mattered most in Week 1, he delivered. Still, bringing in a veteran like Joseph is just smart business. Bates can learn from him, and we'll have a solid backup if anything goes wrong. Holmes and Dan Campbell are building something special, folks. They're thinking long-term, not just about winning now. And Joseph's experience could be crucial in those nail-biting games where every point counts. The signing isn't official yet, but all signs point to it happening soon. Now, let's not fool ourselves. The Bucs aren't pushovers. Baker Mayfield might not be the flashiest name in the league anymore, but after throwing 4 touchdowns in his debut, he's reminding everyone that he still has some fight left in him. And with weapons like Chris Godwin and Mike Evans on the field, our secondary will have their hands full. But you know what? I believe in this team. This season already feels different, doesn't it? You can see the swagger on both sides of the ball. Our defense is stepping up, making plays when it counts, and our offense, led by Jared Goff, has been more than reliable. But to keep up the momentum, especially against a team like the Bucs, we need to focus on a few key areas. Contain Baker Mayfield. Sure, he's been inconsistent in the past, but when he's hot, he can tear apart defenses. We have to pressure him early and often. Knock him off his rhythm, force those bad throws, and our secondary, with ball hawks like Kirby Joseph, will be ready to capitalize. Win the turnover battle. This has been the key to our success. We've been great at forcing turnovers, but the Bucs know how to capitalize on mistakes too. If we can stay clean on offense and force Mayfield into some bad throws, we'll be in great shape. Special teams matter, and this goes back to the Greg Joseph signing. The Bucs have a strong kicker in Chase McLaughlin, and if this game comes down to a field goal battle, having a veteran like Joseph could make all the difference. Whether it's Joseph or Bates, we need our kicking game to be sharp. This is the kind of matchup that will show how far we've come. Last year, this would have been a trap game, a solid team, but one we'd stumble against. Not anymore. The Lions are ready to prove that we're not just here to compete, we're here to win. And not just win a few games, but to make a real playoff push. So here's my question for you, One Pride. Do you think we have what it takes to beat the Bucs and keep this streak alive? What are the keys to this matchup in your view? And do you think the Lions are finally shedding that underdog label and stepping into the spotlight as serious contenders? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start this conversation. The Lions are playing inspired football right now, and it's about time the league took notice. We've been the underdogs for too long, but now it's time to roar. One Pride. As a Lions fan, I'll be honest, this team has me more excited than any in recent years. We're finally seeing a long-term plan come to fruition, with Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell building something special. We're no longer the team everyone underestimates. We're a team opponents respect and even fear. As for the upcoming game against the Buccaneers, I believe it's yet another opportunity to prove that we're ready to compete with anyone. Baker Mayfield may have had a good start to the season, but our defense has been solid, especially when it comes to quarterback pressure and forcing turnovers. I'm confident that Aiden Hutchinson and company will make Mayfield uncomfortable. The arrival of a veteran like Greg Joseph to our special teams is another smart move by Holmes. I don't think Jake Bates will lose his spot right away, but having an experienced guy in the group is always a plus. It gives us more security in games that might be decided by just a few points. Now, talking about that whole Lions are cheating because of the uniform color and stadium, honestly, it's funny. This kind of accusation only comes up when a team starts winning regularly. We're bothering a lot of people, and that's the best sign that we're on the right track. The Lions are playing solid, smart football within the rules. This is our moment. What I want to see in the game against the Bucs. I want us to keep dominating in the running game and for Jared Goff to maintain consistency. If we control the clock and are efficient on third downs, the victory is ours. And let me tell you, this team not only has what it takes to reach the playoffs, but to make some noise when we get there. What do you guys think? Are we ready to take that next step? I want to hear your opinions because as a longtime fan, I've never been this optimistic.